Good morning, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 28th of January. Now first up I just want to shoot out a little hello to all my friends in New Zealand. I hope you guys are doing okay. You've got really horrific flooding over there. Oh, it just goes from one country to the next, doesn't it guys? So look, fingers crossed that you guys are all staying safe and out of that horrific floods that you guys are being hammered with. So many question marks about the weather, isn't there, guys? Oh. Also, I've decided to call Chris Hipkins, rather, in New Zealand, Hippo, because that's going to be short, it's going to be easy, it was popular. I know you guys come up with some absolutely brilliant ones. Oh, yes, and some very naughty ones as well. So I think that's going to be the safest bet. And also, just to let you guys know, my YouTube... Lately, they've been really slow at loading my YouTube videos. It just keeps saying pending and it can take overnight. Like my videos, I can load them that day and sometimes they're not loading till the next morning. So I don't know if they're just fact checking them or what they're doing, but I'm just letting you guys know if you're thinking my videos are late or they're slow or they're out of sync, it's because YouTube's holding them back and it's always got pending. Well, we know here what they do. They fact check everything. So we just have to be careful, guys. I'm trying to be very careful with what I'm talking about, even though we talk about some very touchy subjects that they would classify as misinformation and disinformation, as we know, but it's actually the truth. So it's very interesting, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know how this world works sometimes. All right, I'll close my eyes. We'll get started and we'll see what comes up. God, the other week I was talking about us all being put into categories because we know we can. We can all be put into specific categories of, we know we've got the compliers, we've got the rebels, which we may fit into. So if you're watching my channel, you're probably waking up or you're already awake to the BS that you've been getting fed. But we're being put into these categories and I keep getting that visual of we're being... broken down into categories to see where we fit into society, basically. And this is broadening. So they're narrowing it down. Like originally, for example, we had the jabbed and unjabbed. Then that broke down again. Then we got the double jabbed, and then you had the double jabbed and boosted. And then over here you had the unjabbed, or you had the jabbed with vaccine injury, or jabbed and then got mandated to get more and then they jumped ship. So there's all these little like subcategories starting to happen. And it's not just around the jab. I'm just using that as an example. It's around everything. We know in Australia, I've been telling you guys, they're trying to really divide us into races again. I think a lot of us are seeing that globally as well, sadly. It's so ridiculous. Oh. And then you've got all the smaller communities too, like the LGBTIQs, is it? They're trying to, there's all this other division. Everything's getting broken down and it's becoming a bit obvious, isn't it? Well, it is to me. I'm sure you guys feel the same, that this is all happening from government level, all this kind of stuff. I'm going to sneeze, guys. Sorry, guys. I usually... What's with doing 3 sneezes when you sneeze? It's so weird, isn't it? The indoctrination of kids getting back to, and the breaking down of society. You know, if you're not, for example, gosh, even at my daughter's school, for example, they've got an LGBTIQ club that they can go to and they can just mix with their own kind of people. Look, I understand that sometimes it's hard to mix everybody to mix. I get it. But these divisions are coming from higher up. We know they are because they're wanting to put everybody into their little categories. That's not even hidden anymore. We know that's what they're doing with everybody. So I'm definitely getting this fluff into categories. And see, if you think about it too, this is where they're getting that information to you as well on your feeds. Like, it's not even hard, is it? because I can guarantee, and I know you guys get it, what we're all getting on our Facebook feeds, on our YouTube feeds, etc., etc., is going to be very different from someone who's a sleepwalker, who's complying and doing all the right things and doing exactly what government's telling them. Our feeds, it's going to be chalk and cheese. We know that it is, because they're very good at feeding people what they want them to hear. Look at America. Classic example is America. We know they squashed the truths right down, and that's not even being hidden anymore, and they're still struggling to wake up, some of them over there. But this is what's happening. So they're not even getting the information, and this is the frustration that happens in a lot of us guys, and I know that it does, is how we're going to get the truths to these people when it's all kept from them. But remember, like I keep saying to you, people talk, and people have phones, they share things. I said that yesterday about Oxford with the 15-minute cities. You know, that's happening in real time. So people are seeing that, they're knowing it, they're sharing it with relatives that might live on the other side of the country. You know, this is happening. So, you know, bits are spilling out. Don't think it's not going to, because it is. Let's see where else we go. God, I'm getting New Zealand won't hold back. I am. I keep saying you guys are going to stand up because you've got the warrior energy, but I am getting that New Zealand won't hold back. We know Hippo's, I don't think he's very well liked before he's even got in, is he? But I do feel like he's going to get a harsh reality check, that guy. Because I think he thinks he's going to come in and just walk all over the people. But the thing is, he's going to be put in his place. It's like I said, he's got that image of the fuzzy bear off the Muppet Show. People just see him as a big goof. So I do feel like New Zealand's going to rise up to that challenge with Hippo. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for him. I don't see it. Because the people are... So you've got to remember that a lot of people in New Zealand, because of Jabsinda, they've harboured a lot of resentment and hatred towards their government that's, I would say, been suppressed for, well, we could say 3 years since the whole pandemic started. Not you guys, if you're watching my channel, of course, but they've pushed their emotions down because they haven't had a voice to deal with their government. And now it's like it's going to flip the switch, and these people are going to really rise up into their power now and just not take it anymore. I keep saying that song, We're Not Going to Take It Anymore. Well, that's what New Zealand is. They're not going to take it anymore. This is so good for you guys, isn't it? Oh. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what Hippo comes out with in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be quite funny, I think, actually. It'll be a bit of entertainment for us, guys. He's a fool, that bloke. He's a goddamn fool. Because he's not going to be taken seriously. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's see where else we go. I'm getting that, like, things are remaining stable at the moment. So this is globally. The guides are showing me that everything's a little stable at the moment. I did say we'd get through January. They'll let people get through Christmas and get kids back to school kind of thing and get the year kick-started. So everything's a little bit stable, but it's the false stable, as we know here. It's all pretend. That everything's fine and everything's kosher. Of course, we know in America, nothing to see here. We know that they're very good at that in the Biden administration. There's never anything to see here, and they will refer you to the White House Council. But that's what I'm getting globally. Everything's like this false stable. But it isn't. It's all about to crash. Like the Jenga game that I talked about the other week, where all the wooden blocks fall to the ground. When you pull the wrong piece, this was the government leaders, when they pull the wrong piece, it gets very wobbly, like the Jenga tower, and then it's going to collapse. But unfortunately, this is everything globally is about to collapse. Let's hope it is the government agenda, but it's literally everything, meaning finances, people's livelihood. God, it's going to be every aspect this year. That's why it's the shift, because so many people are going to see it, because you can't deny it. Can you? Actually, it was interesting the other night, and I just have to share this with you guys. My husband went out and had a beer with one of his mates who works in communications. He's been in it for years and years. And even he was, and they were on the jab wheel, and he was calling out the BS around the renewables and how it's all not true. And so that was someone who has been asleep for 3 years. And even my hubby said he was awake. And I said, that's because he works in the industry. And he goes, exactly. He knows that what they're saying isn't true. So this is what happens. People start to realise, hang on, they're lying. Why is the government lying? Light bulb moments. So this is happening, guys. Let us know down below if you're experiencing any people sort of having their light bulb moments. It's so good. We'll take any light bulb moments that are going to switch the switch on, won't we? Let's see where else we go today. Oh, it's coming. Oh, I know. I know for like a week or so I've been talking about the industrial red carpet rollout. If you're new here, guys, I often refer to the Great Reset as the red carpet rollout. And the carpet does change patterns and colours quite a lot. But they've turned it into an industrial carpet, so it's going to be here to stay. Because they want it to be very toughened and strong in their reset. But now they're showing me it's like blue water and a wave. They're showing me it's like this carpet that looks like the beach. So it's this blue carpet with the frothy white wave at the end and it's curled over. So it's the wave is coming. So it's like they're about to roll out the reset wave. We always call it here the tsunami that's coming in. So good time for us guys to kind of head to the mountaintop. I always suggest that we head off and do our own thing. Maybe head into our teepees. We got the teepee energy sitting in our teepees for protection yesterday, and get out of the huge tsunami wave that's about to come. Unfortunately, it's already literally hit New Zealand, hasn't it, guys? It looks like a bloody tsunami's hit over there, literally. Terrible. Flooding is the worst thing. But this is what I'm getting. I'm getting the carpet that's coming now is like a big wave that's just going to come and smash over all the little people and peasants, I call us, if you are new here. So that's what it's showing me. It's like a big wave, the blue water and the wave curled over ready to crash. So everything is about to crash. This would be financially, it's everything, guys. You could even say the guys are saying politically. Maybe politically, the Biden administration perhaps might be going to crash. That would be good, wouldn't it? Let's fingers crossed that this is the year. Did you see the Nancy Pelosi's husband's videotapes? I don't know. It did look a little strange, the whole thing, to me. It sort of just was so bizarre. Anyway, well, you know, it could be another circus show charade. You never know, but it just kind of was just all very weird, wasn't it? So anyway, I won't talk too much about that, but go and check it out if you haven't. It's quite entertaining. More entertainment for us, guys. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, England's doing all its prep work, of course, because May's going to come around really quickly, guys, over there. They're showing me, like, everything's getting done. It's almost showing me in England, London, that the table's being set to perfection. It's showing me all the serviettes being folded and neatly put under the knives and forks. This isn't literally. This is just around the coronation. That they're getting everything prepared. This could be grooming and manicuring all the trees. This could be all sorts of things. So you've got a lot of activity going on there. They want to make this huge. They want to make this a massive global event because, as we know here on my channel, they want to put the royals back on the stage because the royals, they're showing me a visual actually at the minute of all the royals on the stage and they're all falling off. It's like they've been on stage and then you know how you take a step too far and then you fall off? Well, that's what they're showing me of Harry and Meghan and Will and Kate and Charles and Camilla, and everybody's just taken a step too far, which they pretty much have, and they're all falling off the stage. So this is just a visual, guys. You have to be pretty creative on my channel, guys, if you're new here. So now they're having to like rebuild everything globally so they look bigger and better. And you know what else they're going to try and portray with this coronation? How important they are to society. Like having the royals makes such a difference to your life. I would not be surprised, actually. This would not surprise me if maybe Netflix, Stan, one of those channels. You know how we've had The Crown. I haven't personally watched it. I know a lot of people have and they like it. I should watch it, actually. If there's going to be some sort of documentary about all the wonderful work that the royal family has done over the years. And this might be more around like the Queen. I don't think they're going to be showing Harry and Meghan, but there's going to be like William and Kate, and then they're going to show Charles and all the wonderful work he's done. I do believe they're going to really try and put the spotlight on all the wonderful things that the royal family, of course, as we know here on my channel, they're not going to be talking about the cost of their lifestyle with all their waiters and butlers and drivers and all the electricity that they waste money on, all their, you know, private jets flying around the world, visiting all the countries. None of that will be talked about, but I do believe they're going to try and put the spotlight and make the royals important again. See, I keep saying it. They want to be important again. The royal Kardashians, I keep saying it. They need to get back on the world stage because they're slipping away and falling off the stage. Like I just showed you, people like tumbling off the stage. That's what's happening. And they know it. So they've got to try and rebuild. It's like rebranding, rebuilding and rebranding yourself again to what the people want, you know. And people, I think they've worked that out now, that people want people who are kind and endearing and caring. And see, when you think of Charles, that kind of doesn't... When you think of Charles, everyone goes straight to Diana. And you think about it, they're like... The visual images, no offense to Charles, but they're very opposite. He hurt Diana, and Diana, all she did was be caring and kind to people with AIDS and, you know, war-torn countries. Her kindness was just so from her heart and so genuine. You can't make that kind of image, but they're going to try. So that's what I'm getting for London. So be ready for it. I feel you're going to get a lot of like docu-series and it's just ridiculous. They're going to try and make Charles look as caring and kind. That's not what we saw when he was signing, what's those documents, and he was asking for a pen and he was all abrupt to all the staff and pushing things off the table. Yes, very caring. So we've got the rebranding of the royals at the moment. I'll see if there's something to close with today. God, I'm getting London Bridge. There's a lot happening in London. I'm getting sushi again. And I did say he's built London Bridge back up. And he's managed to politically put you on the world stage again, which he has. And he is moving forward. But he's putting extra stabilizers like on the bridge. They're showing me there's these huge like expansion wires or whatever you call them. And he's stabilizing that bridge so it doesn't fall. He wants this to be a success. So he's putting extra things in place to make sure, I guess you could say, we could call it the reset rollout, really, the carpet wave of that's coming. He's stabilizing everything. So it's like, I guess you could almost put it down to, if you've got the Jenga tower, getting back to the Jenga wood block game, he's stabilizing it. So he's actually putting like wires there. So even if it wobbles, it's not going to drop to the ground. So he's stabilizing his tower in London. That's just what I'm getting. I don't know how he's doing it. He might be getting more people on board. So he's very good. He might be delegating things to ensure that everything stays propped up. So he might be getting a good mix of people behind him helping to keep his tower propped up. So he's getting quite good backing of the people within his, I would say, government, to help him. So he's not, he wants to work like as a team is what I'm getting. So that's why it's becoming more stable, his rollout. His Jenga tower. All right, let me see if there's something else to close with today. God, the guides are just showing us as the Braveheart, Mel Gibson Braveheart again, with our sword, and we have to keep charging forward. And it's like using your voices as well. We have to make sure we're being heard, and standing strong. If you think of someone charging forth with their sword, especially Mel Gibson, especially on his horse, he had a lot of impact. You know, people were looking at him to lead that charge. So this is kind of the image I'm getting for us guys. You know, we're kind of leading that charge. And if you think about it, and this isn't from ego, that's not what I'm talking about. You guys know I'm not. Whenever I talk about these things, it's not from ego. But we led the charge. If you think about it, all the way through my videos, I've talked about us sitting at the round table, like the Knights of the Round Table, discussing things. Yesterday we were having an Indian powwow. We've always had that Braveheart energy. Like you guys in New Zealand have definitely got that warrior Braveheart energy. Canadians, you sure do. All of us do. All of us here on my channel. We've found ways clear. We've been, you know, we found freedom as well, but we still have this strength. So we are the ones that led the charge. We stood up in the very beginning. Look at Ottawa, look at Canada, look at New Zealand, look at, well, everywhere globally. God, Australia, we had huge marches here. And I know most of your countries did. We all stood up in the very beginning. And we led the charge. And, you know, people are following behind. It's like, I often talk here, guys, about us being like this cowboy walking through this western town. And we have our, like, we had a bulletproof vest on or something and our holsters and all that. And people were looking out the windows of this deserted ghost town at us walking through. But it was like we were sort of untouchable, but we felt safe. Despite what was happening around us, we still felt safe, and we continued to walk through this eerie ghost town, which was our lives when this pandemic first started, which it was a bit like a ghost town if you think about it. We were all in lockdowns and things like that, and we continued to walk through, and then people started slowly to come out of those western buildings and follow us. That's an image I often get for us. So we're still leading that charge, guys, because we're in a whole different place. If you think about it, where we were in the beginning of the pandemic to where we are now, where the freedom fighter, Braveheart, biker, BS detectors, heroes to ourselves. Oh, it's so long. The name's getting so long, isn't it, guys? Maverick Rebels, I forgot. Didn't I? So, you know, we're still leading that charge, and that's the image I've got at the minute. Hang on. Let me see what else we get around this. And I'm getting that song again. I know all you guys love this song. Is it by Beastie Boys? Party? I'm still getting that. You gotta fight for your right to party. So I'm getting that. I'm sure it's Beastie Boys. Such a great song. We all love it. Get that pumped up today, guys. Play it and just feel good about how far we've come. That's the song I'm getting today to lift our energy, because we're still leading that charge. The awake people are still leading that charge against government lies, media lies, lies from doctors and all the health professionals. We're still leading that charge. Hang on a sec, I'll see something to close with. God, I'm getting this song. I think it's by the Beatles. Day Tripper. Day Tripper. Na 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 na. Oh, what's that song? Is it Day Tripper? Oh, the other day we got this visual, guys, of us in this combi van on a surf and safari, just being free-spirited, traveling from beach to beach, just, you know, maybe this is what it's about, just that day tripper. Like we've really taught ourselves to be in the now and we know how to really bring ourselves back into the now moment and enjoy the day and where we are and everything around us. So I'm getting that day tripper, da 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 da. Is that it by the Beatles? Oh, let's go check that song out anyway, guys. We get so many songs here, guys. If you're new here, just bear with us. Sometimes they have meaning for people that are watching, or they just send us a vibration. Just let me see if there's something else. Hang on. Back to the jukebox. God, hang on a minute. God, it's still just giving me this. I'm still just getting that Braveheart visual. I can't get it out of my head of Mel Gibson with the face paint on the horse. And it's funny, we've been getting that visual right from the beginning. If you think back, guys, on my videos, we used to get that all the time, didn't we? Hang on a sec. I'm getting a beautiful song today. I knew there was a song deep in the depths of the jukebox that they were trying to get to me. And it's that song, I'm sure it's by Queen. It's one of, it's a song I absolutely love. I'm pretty sure it's Who Wants to Live Forever. It's a song that they associate actually when Freddie Mercury died, and they used to play it all the time. Who wants to live forever? Who turns and cries forever? I'm sure it's called Who Wants to Live Forever. It's such a beautiful song. And it's from the movie Braveheart, and it's about when he fell in love with the beautiful fair maiden, or whoever she was in that Scottish maiden. And that's the song I'm going to leave you with today. And I think the message really from the guides is, you know, you've got to make the most of every minute. We're not here forever. We're not here forever. Why would we want to live a life where we're dictated to, pin-cushioned, pushed around, told where we can and can't go? That's not what we want. So we're still the Braveheart biker, freedom fighter, maverick, BS detectors, rebel, everything else that you can think of. The list of names is building, and we're still leading that charge. And I want you to go and check out that song by Freddie Mercury, by Queen, Who Wants to Live Forever. I'm sure that's what it's called. Beautiful song. I absolutely love it, and I love the film clip. It just, it's just the Scottish Highlands. They can take our lives, but they can't take our freedom. Quote. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Look, have a wonderful day, everybody. Enjoy it's Saturday morning here. Enjoy your weekends. I'll say goodbye from Australia. Hit the like buttons. Please comment down below, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye from Australia, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.